Hello, Meoni here for another patch video for Black Desert Online. It's been a while, I've been out of the loop for a while. I've actually got a job since we last made a video. So in this patch, which was a couple of days ago now, we are a little bit late to this, but if you are unaware, the patch contained a few changes to the actual game, a few item updates to the actual cash shop, and some other information. Sort of basically they're preparing for the Valencia update, so there's various things that have changed. The first of which is under the event and system section. We have the Mother's Day event has finally ended. Hopefully you got that completed, and the Rum and Blackstone event that you may have noticed last time in the previous video I mentioned, both of them have been extended until June the 8th, where they'll finish finally. They're messing around with the channels at the moment. Channel Valencia 3 has been renamed to Velia 2. They're planning to overhaul the entire channel arrangement in the coming weeks in preparation for that Valencia update. The We Are Family title has finally been rewarded. If you don't know about this, essentially there was a competition on the forums for you to submit a picture of you and your guildmates with basically all of the different classes, and they awarded the title for people who did submit a picture. So if you did do that, you can hopefully find your We Are Family title somewhere within your account page when you go to redeem account items in your login area. So the cash shop has obviously had an update, and basically what they've added now is stable slot expansions. This permanently adds a extra slot to the stables wherever they're located. For example, you can get the Balanos stables or the Calfian stables, so they'll have permanently another slot in those stables. So obviously you can increase the stable size in the actual game with contribution investment, but this is a way of doing it without that and with real money, which is an interesting way of spending money, and it's not really too overpowered. You can also buy worker lodgings in the same regard. Again, this is something you can invest energy and contribution into in various towns, but you can increase an extra slot to your worker lodging in the same manner. They've also added horse gear, as always. We have the Dark Fawn horse set, which looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a dark gothic set for your horse. Comes with barding and the horse helmet, if you want to call it a horse helmet, the saddle, etc., and the stirrups. It looks pretty cool. They've also added the Trina Nighthorse gear set. I was really hoping that they were going to actually add a costume for the Trina Knights. Maybe that'll be in the future. But for now, you have the Trina Nighthorse set, which is a red and gold crested set, which is pretty cool. Comes with obviously all of the traditional horse armor accessories, your saddle and the horse helm and the stirrups, etc. Honestly, this is the best edition, which is the Trina Wagon set. This is another piece of Trina for your collection. Goes really well with the horse stuff, but obviously if you want a whole set for 4 horses and the wagon skin, you're going to be setting yourself back quite a lot of money, so be careful there. But they have to make their money somehow, and this set does look really good. They've also added some new furniture skins to the store. The Thunderstruck Maple set is one of which is pretty cool, actually. It's kind of like a dark wood, sort of timber stuff. It reminds me of like timber you'd find on a beach, sort of driftwood. There's also the Kaplan Marble Set, which, as you might imagine, has a marble finish to it with gold rims. This is more furniture. There's all sorts of stuff: tables, chairs, dressers, drawers, bedside cabinets, etc. They've also added some new flooring, the Shandy flooring, which is kind of like a hexagonal tile decoration pattern, and pinwheel flooring, which is, well, exactly what you'd expect, pinwheel flooring, and a few wall samples. Additionally to all of that cosmetic stuff that you can purchase for your houses and your horses and your wagons, you can also see now in the loyalty section they've added 2 new items. For 200 loyalty points you can get a Tear of Repentance, which actually increases your karma gain by 50% for 1 hour, which is pretty cool. You can spend 200 loyalty to get that. And finally, loyalty flare item has been added. Now, flares, once used, allow you to see the nameplates of individuals around you. So people with ghillie suits, for example, you'll be able to see their name. Fairly useless item in my personal opinion, but people have been asking for these for a long time, and at one point they were considering making these a crafting item, but now they're in the loyalties section for 50 loyalties for a single flare, I believe, which is a bit pricey in my opinion. Mechanically, we have some changes here, and players with 0 or more karma will no longer lose experience when they die to another player in PvP. This is the biggest change of the patch, and quite frankly, thank fuck for that, I think my girlfriend said at the time, which is pretty cool. Means that, you know, if you've been playing on the straight and narrow and all you want to do is get to 55, 56 or whatever without really having to bother with these people, at least you won't lose your experience when they do come in a group of 3 or more and just rape you. So that's really good, and I'm really thankful for that if I ever decide to carry on my grinding spree. Additionally, the description message for the 10-minute cooldown for trading after switching channels has been improved. Apparently, the simple cooking and simple alchemy will no longer consume energy, even if it is shown in the recipe, which is pretty nice. Little quality of life change there, because energy is at a premium. Additional types of tier 6 and tier 7 horses have been added, so new skins for those out in the wild, which people will be no doubt really happy with. Me personally, I'm not into the whole horse taming anymore. The breeding is a little bit RNG dependent, and I haven't got the time for it. Monster changes have been, added to the game. Damage for the following field boss basic attacks has been decreased. So Red Nose, the Dim Tree Spirit, and Dastard Beg, their basic attacks have been decreased in damage. So presumably we might not get one shot by them now, which is pretty cool. Which is the current situation with world bosses that I don't like, where you go up to them and if you get snap aggro, then they instantly one-shot you with a punch, which I don't like, and I don't think that's conducive to the gameplay element of world bosses. Advancement quests for the level 30, 34, 37, 40, 44, 47, 50 have been added to the following life skills: gathering, cooking, alchemy, and processing, and a few resolved issues where they fixed an issue where the display text was overlapping in the server selection window whilst changing channels, and they've also fixed the issue for Wizard where their staff appearance was abnormal after equipping the Kaplan set when gathering while in a combat stance. So some smaller quality of life changes that people will be happy with, and some bigger ones that will be slightly controversial, especially for the player versus player audience. How do you feel about basically not being able to sort of take away people's experience into their level by killing them now? Is that something that's going to sort of make you less likely to kill them because there's no point now, there's no real griefing aspect to that? And for the people like myself that are incredibly happy with this change, how do we see the advancement of player versus player, and is there enough there for people to really instigate players versus player, especially in the current situation of the patch where we don't actually have any node or castle sieges, which obviously will come at a much more delayed time. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Sorry for the hiatus, I'm back now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.